back to my channel. And today I have one of my favorite people with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Anxania and I am an artist, a plus size model and a YouTuber.
Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about self-love, self-expression and self-awareness. I think these things are greatly overlooked, whereas we need to be conscious that they greatly influence our everyday lives and our growth and who we are as people in general. So I'm very excited to have this conversation with you. I feel like it will be very interesting. So we wrote a few questions down, so we are going to answer those questions and hopefully they'll spark up the conversation. Yeah. First question.
Okay, the first question is, what encompasses self-love for you?
Okay, for me personally, self-love comes when you are able to sit down with yourself. When you are able to ask yourself, okay, introspection basically, when you're able to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what do you need? What do you need in order to be happy? What do you need in order to fulfill your soul, you know? And then do those things as long as you aren't infringing on anyone's rights, as long as you're not hurting anyone in the process. Give yourself what you want, give yourself what you need to keep on going. That's self-love for me.
Okay. My
You?
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, self-love for me is self-awareness in general, just like being aware of all that you are, all that you have and all that you can be, and just like learning to appreciate all of that and being gentle with yourself as well, because when you're aware of yourself, you're aware of all the good things and all the bad things. So now you need to learn how to be gentle with yourself in the process of you ridding of all the bad things that you have or that you are, and just like overall being kind to yourself. Yeah. Second question is, do you think self-love also embraces loving other people?
Most definitely. I really think you cannot pour out love into the world if you're not pouring it in within yourself, because you receive what you are, you receive what you give out. So if you want to get positive vibes, love, that's what you gotta put out, you know. And I believe when you love yourself, you understand yourself, you respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, you're able to, and you understand yourself, you're able to understand and respect other people.
Yeah.
Even when they're different from you, because you understand, as she said, self-awareness is important. You understand how different you are from other people. So of course you understand how different other people are from you. And you understand how they do things, and then in turn you'll be able to respect them. And then you'll be able to love and appreciate them. So yeah, of course.
I also think that it's like more of like a garbage in, garbage out type of thing. If you feed yourself with positivity, if you feed yourself with so much love, it becomes very easy for you to pour that out.
Because it's all you want in your space.
Exactly, and that's the kind of environment that you've created for yourself. So whoever comes within that environment will be someone that you specifically chosen to be fit enough for that lifestyle that you've created for yourself on a more complex level, basically. So it's very hard for you to say you love yourself if you're not going to be able to love other people and respect them, you know. So the third question is there a difference between self-love and self-confidence? Okay, I think there is definitely a big difference, right? Because self-love is something that's for you, like that's personal, right? And you get to have the most influence on it, because it's like if you've not been feeling like you love yourself enough, the minute you decide to love yourself, that's a personal decision. You make that decision because I'm going to love myself in your own different unique way, because we're all different. Now self-confidence is something that is more prone to being tainted or affected by other people more than self-love is. Do you understand? Because that has to do with things like comments, that has to do with things like what you see from the media, from social media, and all those kind of things, those little stereotypical things about certain people that look a certain way. Those things are the things that can affect your self-confidence more than it can affect your self-love. Because you can love yourself so much. You can love yourself so much, and that could be something that you know, okay, this is who I am and this is what I love. But self-confidence is a bit more, I'm going to say, prone to other people's influence. Do you understand? So I think they kind of are different.
I'm glad that you highlighted that distinction, because it's very important. Of course, we're talking about the difference. Self-love for me, as you said, just adding on top of what you said, self-love is very personal. Self-love is a decision that you make every day. It's love is unshaken, love is unconditional. So self-love will always be there regardless. But self-confidence can also be strong, but you need to put in effort, you know, and you need to put in effort like a self-love. But as she said, self-confidence can be shaken, it can be moved, you know. It cannot be broken depending on how strong it is, depending on how you have structured it.
Basically.
But it can be. It
tainted.
Can be shaken. It can be not tainted. Tainted is more like a mark. It can be like jeba. Shaken. It's like, oops. Okay,
I think though, like,
almost
you know,
lost my step, but I got it.
I think like by tainted, it's because when people say things, when people do things or whatsoever, those are the things that highlight your insecurities. So what do insecurities attack first? Confidence. Do you understand? So that's why you have all these insecurities, but then you choose to love yourself beyond them. Do you understand?
I understand. I was just saying, Kutibana, I don't necessarily like the word tainted, especially for me personally.
It feels more permanent.
It feels like they've left a mark, and I don't think it leaves a mark. It might stay in my mind for a couple of hours or like a day, but I've grown. It's a process, but I'm at a place right now where everyone else's opinions doesn't matter more than mine, you know, because I know how people's opinions can be very dangerous to you in general, to your mental health. You know how you feel about yourself. So I'm at a place where I will listen to you. I will take constructive criticism, because I love working with people, so obviously I need feedback. But I make sure that before I internalize anything that you say to me, especially if it's about me, I'm gonna sit down with myself and ask if I resonate with this, and ask myself if this is really who I am, because I'm very in tune with myself. I know myself, you know, and I'm able to, when I'm not aware of it, I can sit down with myself and try to see but wrong with me, and if wrong on yani, or there's something lendo lamda teta is actually true, I can admit it to myself, you know. But if it's not my reality, then it shouldn't matter.
Okay, so this question is, how have you grown with yourself?
How have you grown in love with yourself?
In love with yourself.
Okay. It's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful start. I've grown to really trust myself. I've grown to really be gentle with myself. I've grown to listen to myself, to listen to what I want, you know. I've grown to apologize to myself too, because I've noticed, Kuti, that is very important, because I'm very hard on myself. I'm a perfectionist, you know. So I try to meet myself halfway, because sometimes your heart wants this, and your mind wants this, and your body wants this, and you're just there like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do, you know? Now I'm learning to not indulge in momentary pleasures. I'm learning how to do what's best. I'm learning how to look at the bigger picture. So I'm learning how to balance being selfish with being selfless. I'm learning how to not hurt other people while doing what I want. I'm learning how to be kinder to myself, to be kinder to everyone. I'm learning how to be the best me. I'm learning how to be that person that I dream of right now. Yeah, and it's been great. I'm loving every part of me, and then I think I'm really cool and amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I grown in love with myself?
How have you grown in love with yourself?
Like the things that I do that help me grow in love with myself.
Like how have you grown? Like how did you love yourself maybe 5 years ago, and how do you love yourself right now?
Oh,
how have you grown in love with yourself?
I don't know how I loved myself 5 years ago, if I'm being honest.
Not
but
like
I
this.
think
Not like this. I know.
but I think one very important thing that I did, that it was like a drastic decision for me, and it just required me to just like be selfish in the most big way. That is to listen to myself and just give myself what I really want, instead of giving myself what I think will make other people comfortable, or what I think won't shake the room, what I think won't be unconventional. You know, because I wanted to exercise being me for once. I wanted to live my life instead of a life that has been set out for me by people that don't even know me. I don't even know myself to 100, but I know myself enough to know what I want. Do you understand? Now imagine you having to live a life that is set by someone that doesn't even know 10% of you. Do you understand?
And we need to, okay. Another thing, we need to be conscious of the fact that maybe sometimes the people around us will not see the vision that we have for our lives. So one, you shouldn't be dependent on other people, especially about what they think about you, because they don't even know what they think about themselves. We're all trying to figure it out, and it's important to set boundaries for yourself. Set boundaries for yourself, set boundaries for your friends. If you don't want people to do if for instance you don't want your friends to come to your room and your friends do not understand that, it's okay. They don't have to understand it. They have to respect it. Set clear boundaries that if umdu
would cross them,
then cut them off.
Well,
then cut them off.
It gives you basis to actually say, you know this, I told you this, and you still chose to disrespect me.
Just make sure that you give yourself what you want. I've compromised myself with people for way too long. I'm tired now. Yo, bruh, I've been a people's pleaser. I am tired now. If you're not happy with the way that I'm doing things, the way that I'm living my life, then obviously you're not supposed to be here. And it's okay. It's okay. Guys, do you understand? We're still gonna meet a lot more people. So losing one won't hurt.
And I think it also
okay, it will, but you'll be fine.
You'll get over it.
You'll get over it. You'll meet better people. I've noticed. And you grow all the time. So obviously you level up all the time. So obviously the people around you have to be in the same vibration.
So you meet someone that's literally on a bigger
vibration. Which can help to raise your vibration.
I think it also goes with just listening to yourself. When you listen to yourself, you'll understand that you have to put yourself first. Do you understand? There's a lot of things that kind of put us in this position of put other people first, put other people first. It's how people think things should be, but what about you? Do you understand? You can't share from an empty cup. You really can't. You have to fill yourself up to have sufficient things to share with other people, you know. So I think loving yourself just requires you to be honest with yourself.
And I think another thing another thing that makes loving you easy is figuring out your purpose. I'm not saying I have everything figured out, but figure out what drives you crazy, what sets your soul on fire, you know, what makes you happy, what you love to do, and do that. And then if anyone is standing in the way of you fulfilling your purpose, you getting your goals, you living your best life, basically is not supposed to be there. Clean, simple, ta-da.
The next question is, what is self-awareness?
What is self-awareness? Okay, self-awareness for me is being aware how you translate your soul to people, being aware of how other people affect you, being aware of how certain emotions affect you, how certain music, how certain things, you know, how certain how certain stimulus affects you, how you respond to certain things. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good because someone else says it's good, or is it good because that's how you feel? It's being able to discern how things affect you and how you affect things, you know, and being able to do what's best for you. I feel like that's a very crucial thing. When you're aware of how maybe certain emotions influence you, you are able to know when to act upon that certain emotion. Yeah, but because let's say for instance you're feeling jealous because you see someone doing something with the person that you like. I just realized I'm like, you see, the crazy in me just went. But now that doesn't mean a good thing. I have to act on that. Yeah. Ask yourself, is Lendo and Zoyenza beneficial to myself? You know, more than anything. And if it's cool, if it's good for you and you're not hurting anyone, then do it. And if it's going to be a bit messy, then you shouldn't be a part of it.
Exactly. And I think just like self-awareness is just like what she said, nah? You're aware of yourself. You're aware of everything, how you are, who you are, and why you're like that. Do you understand?
Yep, and why you like that.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, because once you find the why, sometimes, and you're not going to find the why instantly, you could find it from little things like events or occurrences or whatsoever. Once you get the why, you get to be able to be, it gets easy for you to go through the process of dealing with your traumas and dealing with things that make you that kind of way. Because most of the time, some of the things that influence how we react to certain situations is not because Sitali or we're born like that. It's because of
the condition.
Yeah, and things that we've been through. Do you understand? And because it's I've seen this before, you know, and then you react to such a type of way. Do you understand? So I think once you find the why, and you can get the how.
Yeah, and once you find the why, you're able to navigate through life easier. You know what to stay away from. You know what to indulge in when you need to feel a certain way. You know what heals you. You know what hurts you. You're able to
and be cautious of it.
Yeah. I'm not saying when you're self-aware you make the best life choices, but it's the worst. You're aware of how everything will affect you, but you still choose to do it. Damn. So I feel like for me, it's because I know at the end of the day I'm gonna be okay. Now then, I can't keep putting my heart through that.
Girl.
But I'll be good. Like, I'll be better.
I think just like what you're saying, like you're aware of like the end result, and then now you're more able to calculate. Do the math. Okay, this is risky, but
how risky
if you
is
think
this?
about it,
is it like 100%?
You know,
is it like can we come back from a 50%?
Exactly, because you're aware of yourself and you know the kind. You pick your battles, bruh. Because in Kaale you have to go through
battles.
Things, you know, but you think about which one is more. Has a higher cost, you know, like than the other one, and then because you're aware of that, you're going to be able to make good and bad life decisions simultaneously.
And you're going to be able to live with it.
You know, so I think that's it. You just know yourself. You understand? And then every time something new pops up from you, like a new reaction or a new personality or new whatever.
Because now
like,
you understand other parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And I get that. Like I'm getting that in recently. I've been getting that because I'm growing. Anyways, you are able to sit down with yourself. You're able to understand a new part of yourself.
Yeah.
You're able to trace your growth and to see it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
Sometimes we shock ourselves.
In a good way.
Oh, you did not just say that.
And you get to be in touch with your higher self.
Exactly.
Which is very important.
Okay, so does self-awareness encompass emotional intelligence?
Yep, of course, as we mentioned, when your emotional intelligence is basically being aware of how you feel, being aware of how those particular emotions influence you.
Yeah.
You know, being able to see how they're projected on other people when you're feeling like that. you know. And then when you understand all of that, you are able to control them. And when we say you can control emotions, we don't necessarily mean you won't be able to feel them. They will be there, okay? They will be driving you crazy. But you are able to sit down with yourself and say, okay, I'm feeling like this, but this is what we gotta do. Yes, and give yourself time. You'll be able to know what you need to do when you're hurt, for instance. You need to do when you're in love. Kinda. You'll just be able to make better decisions because you understand when I'm feeling this type of way, this is what usually happens. So let me sit down with myself, ask myself, is this what I want to do? And then do what's best for you. You don't have to be controlled by emotions, because when you don't even understand how certain emotions influence you, then you won't be able to control yourself in different settings. You understand? Because and especially when you're amongst different people and a large crowd, because that's a lot of energy, there's a lot of emotions, and people are opinionated nowadays, which is very beautiful. So you need to be able to understand, just because I feel like this doesn't mean I should act on it. Okay, just because I feel like this, it's okay to act on it. You'll know it's important.
And I think just like emotional intelligence is just you being able to also, like I said, we surprise ourselves sometimes. You're able to just like allow yourself that room or time to deal with new emotions or things that you haven't experienced before. Because if you know, being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean being able to get over things quicker. Because that's bottling shit up. Can I swear? Sorry. Because that's bottling things up. If you're gonna just like say, oh, okay, I'm hurt, but whatever.
It's being able to understand, I'm hurt right now, and this is what I need to do to heal.
And I think if you also like a natural bottler, you just need to give yourself a day where you just let go of things.
From what bottler to another.
Yeah, but like you just let go. Literally. You just let go of things, and it's just like another form of self-introspection. I've gone through so much shit this month. It's been so toxic.
Okay.
It's been now I just need to like not relive the moment, but I just need to like process all of that. I just need some time to just like process all of that and go through all the emotions and all those kind of things. Do you understand? And I think for me, that's emotional intelligence, because it goes, you are aware, I'm like this and I need to get over this because I'm not functioning well. And when you're aware, you can tell when your system is sick. You know, when you